All right, everyone. Thank you for joining us again for another great webinar at Lab Coat Agents. And I've got my brother with me, Nick Baldwin. Nick, what kind of shirt do you have on today, buddy?
What?
What kind of shirt do you have on today?
Oh, it says
Motor City Arts.
Motor City Arts. It's my Detroit. I'm representing Detroit right now. I'm representing Detroit. I'm trying to think of, what do they call it?
Motown.
My wife's from Michigan, so I thought I would represent today.
All right. Well, today
I didn't like my Wonder Woman.
Mario shirt. There you go.
I didn't like my Wonder Woman shirt, so sorry.
I like that shirt, dude.
That's a cute one.
I had Louis Vuitton.
That's, you know what? That's good too.
See, listen, only Brittany Howard at the level of agent that she's at can you have Louis Vuitton. Tristan and I wear $3 T-shirts from Kmart. You know,
Target.
My T-shirt, I just didn't like the way it looked. I had a Wonder Woman shirt, and I was like, no, I'm not gonna wear that. So
I love it. All right. So today we're going to be interviewing Brittany. Brittany, how long have you been a real estate agent?
I've been an agent almost to the day for 27 months almost.
27 months. Who's counting, right?
I know, right?
We met really early on in your career, which was really nice. Nick and I both met you.
Mm-hmm.
And we always loved your energy. So we've been wanting to have a webinar with Brittany for over a year now.
And then I flooded, so there was that.
We wanted to wait till the 27th month anniversary.
I know. We were 6 days away. We were so close.
Yeah, so let's do this.
All right, let's go.
You started off as a real estate agent. What made you go into real estate? What was the thing that said, hey, what was your calling?
So a friend of mine called me one day, and she and I were homeschool moms together. And she's Cindy. I don't know if she's watching.
Hey, the 27th.
She told me, hey, Brittany, I think you'll be good at this. And I was like, everybody's a real estate agent. Whatever, there's no money in real estate. And she goes, no, I think you'll be good at this. I sold $1 million last month. And I was like, I don't know what that means. I'm a lay person. Help me. And she goes, well, I made about $20,000 last month. And I was like, okay, I can do that. So I signed and went, took the class.
You make $20K?
Huh?
I can make
Right? I mean, no problem. I'll do that. So I remember signing on to the class, and she called me every day, where you at? Where you at? You need to hurry up. You need to hurry up. You're losing out on sales. You're losing out on sales. So 7 days later, I was finished with the class. But at the time, it took about 6 weeks for me to get licensed, and I passed my license first try. About 3 weeks later, I had my first contract.
Wow. Now, what company did you start off with at the beginning?
I started off with Supreme Realty, which was a small, more boutique brokerage. It specialized in kind of a transaction fee and a fee per month. I decided after my first transaction closed that day, I went to a different brokerage that I was with for about a year and a half, and I went there for training. And from there, I came to Keller Williams.
Nice. All right. So, question for you, Brittany. You started off about 26 months ago, and well, first, can you lower your camera so we can see more of you? There we go.
Uh-oh. Can you still see me?
Yeah, there you go. Good.
Okay, because I lost you.
You started about 27 months ago, and a lot of new agents, when they start off, they have a huge challenge in that it takes a while to close your first transaction. So it took me 3 months, but it usually takes 6 months to a year, right? How fast did you close your first transaction?
I was licensed March 19th and closed my first transaction May 22nd.
So 2 months?
Yeah.
How did you get business so quick? I mean, where did you go and get it?
So I'm a huge researcher, obviously, of online, which is how we met. And so I started researching and trying to see, okay, what are the agents who are making these huge amounts of money doing? And, my Zillow rep, Joran, called me and said, hey, I think you should do Zillow. And I was like, well, okay, I was in business before, so I understood that it took money to make money. And I've always never really had an issue with lead gen or anything like that. When I started with that, I listened to Joran. He kind of coached me through everything.
To who?
Joran, my Zillow rep.
Oh, okay, got it.
Yeah, and so he coached me through my very first deal. The one I wrote on April 3rd actually came from me just posting pictures of houses on Facebook. I never really said I was a new agent. I don't know. I didn't feel that, if that made sense.
Yeah.
So I just started posting houses, and people were like, "Hey, can you take me to see a house?" Sure, I can. I didn't know anything about it, but I knew what a house is, some doors and some windows. So I figured I can make it work. It's kind of funny now thinking about it.
So I think a lot of agents at the beginning, when they start, are very shy about telling the whole world that they're in real estate.
Sure.
And some agents, I think, tell them, "Hey, look, I'm brand new." On top of that. But some agents I've seen don't say they're brand new. They just say, "Look, I'm an agent." And people are like, "Oh, you're an agent?" How do you think newer agents should approach that?
So I didn't say either one. I just never said, I understood at the time that the Facebook algorithms were changing. And so you really wouldn't see anything that everybody did anyway. Right.
Yeah.
And so I just literally started posting pictures of me going to houses. About 2 years ago, I think yesterday or Sunday, I posted a picture in front of a $500,000 house. I was at the pool saying, "Oh my gosh, I love my job." And so people just started kind of gravitating to, "Oh, you're in real estate." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm in real estate. I'll be happy to help you." And so I never really said anything about the length of time. My first client didn't know that I was new in real estate until December of 2015. I never told her I was new. I never told her she was my first agent. If somebody asked me how long I've been in real estate, I'll say, well, my parents were in contracting. So basically kind of my whole life. I sold my mom's house when I was 12 to my best friend's parents. So 20 years.
Wow. All right.
I think you had a really great entryway into real estate in a sense, right? So I guess if your family was kind of involved in contracting, I mean, you saw the building aspect of it. Maybe you saw people, buy and sell those homes, right? If that's what your family was into.
Yeah, my dad did residential and commercial roofing and brick masonry. So I was able to see kind of both sides of it and understand that, okay, a house is just 4 walls. So for a while there, I was really good at new construction because I could walk into it and tell people where everything was just by looking at piping and electrical. And maybe that's why they didn't know I was doing. I'm not sure.
Do you want to know what I found really interesting, what you just said about you got your first lead, your first client from posting something on Facebook? So we brought a new agent onto my team about a month or so ago. She got her very first buyer lead from being on our team when I tagged her in an opening post. And someone was like, "Hey, you're in real estate? Oh, that's awesome. I want to buy a house." And it's someone she went to high school with.
Right.
It boggles my mind how many agents just don't pay attention to how powerful social is.
And I mean, it's still part of the 80-20 rule too, right? You don't want to be all real estate. You want to be more of a real human being, and then kind of convert into, yeah, by the way, I still sell houses. I'm happy to help your friends and all that good stuff. I'm extremely conscious of that because I talk a lot, obviously. And so I want to be careful of not like pushing people toward only seeing real estate and only seeing the great things like Louis Vuitton and stuff like that.
So how do you balance that on Facebook? I mean, is there a ratio that you use? Because
not really. It's kind of what I feel like. People have said I've been quiet for the last 2 months or so because I've still been dealing with my house from the flood. So it just kind of depends on where I feel emotional.
Is this you being quiet? Because I'm just saying, like, she said she's been quiet online for the past couple months.
I've been quiet. People have told me I've been quiet. They're like, you're not posting anything.
I always see Brittany.
I'm like, oh, okay. So, and I also try not to be, I think last year especially, I had gotten into almost being a bragger, not because I wanted to be, but just because I was so excited, oh my gosh, got a new house, got a new this, got a new that. So I kind of shied away from that, where my natural personality is more of a, oh my God, I'm so excited, I got a new purse, or I got a new car, or I got a new Yeti cup. I don't care. I just get really excited about things, and I want to be careful, especially like looking at lab coat agents. I don't want people to think that I am bragging about, because it's not about bragging. It's just that I'm really excited. I'm really happy. So
yeah, I think it's a great point that you brought that up, because it's difficult. It's a fine line between showing what you've done and what you're doing and what you're able to have.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, I think when agents do that, they miss the mark by not thanking. Hey, what's up, Don?
Hey.
Don, they miss the mark by not thanking the people who helped them get there, right? The people who trusted them to help them buy and sell, the most expensive thing they're ever going to buy and sell in their life. So I think that's the part where people get it wrong. You can tell everyone about what you're doing, but make sure you give props to people that are helping you get there.
Right. And I'm very lucky that I coach with Club Wealth, because Michael's he's very big on things that I didn't notice that I wasn't doing. I just wasn't saying certain things. Like I wasn't saying, oh my gosh, thank you so much for this and this and this. I was saying, I sold this amount of houses. I didn't sell them. My friends, use me as their realtor. So actually they helped me, and I in turn was able to find my house.
Well, let's go back a step, because I do want to get to how you became a coach too. Let's start towards the beginning, because that's where I think a lot of agents fail. Right? Okay. You explained to me that you closed your first transaction in 2 months.
Right.
But I want the agents listening in to hear your struggles for the first 3-4 months. What was the hardest thing that you had to go through for those first few months?
So for me, when I first started, I remember switching companies and, being so excited because my former CEO was such a motivator, and he was so amazing for me as an individual agent. So I remember thinking to myself, okay, well, I only have 2, but I see these agents on Facebook in my area who have like 15 closings in a month. So I'm not doing something right. There's something more I should be doing. Even, I don't care about age of time or anything like that. So I remember I signed up for Commissions Inc. in June. And my friend and I, the same friend who got me into real estate, we had a contest. And the contest was whoever had the most listings or contracts would get a Starbucks gift card for $25. I like Starbucks. So I was like, okay, and I'm competitive. So I was like, okay, let's go. And so I remember that month she got 6 and I got 8. And then we went live on Commissions Inc. on July 10th. And after that, I converted my first lead like 2 days later.
All right. So hold on. Mm-hmm. Commissions Inc. costs $1,600 a month, right?
Yes.
Did you get the team version or the single agent?
You got the team version.
All right. So that's $1,600. You're a new agent.
But remember, I split it with a lender, my friend that got me into real estate, and myself. Okay. So we had a 3-way split.
Oh, so 3-way.
Okay.
So that helps a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot of newer agents are like, well, there's so many expenses in this business, right?
Right.
What I've learned, I know Nick has learned, is that sometimes it takes a little bit of money that you're investing in to get back some. And I think that's where the fear is. How did you overcome that?
Well, before you answer that, Brittany, I just want to kind of, because I know there's a lot of agents watching that are new, right? So that's a very good piece of advice you gave, right? So you have to spend money to make money, right? So if you don't have a team, you're a new agent, you want to invest in something like Commissions Inc. or Boomtown or whatever, is out there. It's find someone maybe in your market center that wants to go in with you, right? And let's split the leads.
When I first started with Zillow, it was $185 a month.
Oh, wow.
So, right. It was very minimal, and I did convert. And I was blessed that my husband covered all the bills. So I didn't have to worry about, paying my mortgage or paying for a lead. It was just kind of my extra money. And my first deal closed May 22nd. So I just put the money right back into real estate. It was
You didn't go and spend it or party.
I wish I did. No, I didn't.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'm glad I didn't now. I have a whole entirely different issue now. So.
Nice. All right. So you split Commissions Inc. up into 3 payments, which is great, into 3 different payments.
Right.
A lender, another agent, and you.
Mm-hmm.
That's unique. I hadn't actually thought about it. I didn't really go that far. I don't split it with
you. Could be creative and do all sorts of things. Yeah.
And it was scary. Like, I don't want anybody who's on here to think that it wasn't scary as somebody who only made $2,200 in real estate to say, okay, I'll pay $500 a month and $1,000 setup fee. Because that was scary. It was like, oh, Jesus Christ, what are you doing? You better make your money back. You better make it back quickly. Like, this is stupid. And so I was extremely nervous about it, but I understood too, if I was going to do it, then I was going to get my money back.
You want to know, it's interesting that you say that because, if you're spending your own money, right? Let's say so for me, I was on my mother's team for the last 10 years. Just about 6-7 months ago, I started my own team.
Right.
And it's amazing how much more fire you get under your ass when you're spending your own money.
It's not
if you want to convert leads, spend $1,600 a month on something. It's going to happen.
So Brittany, what was your big why? Why did you succeed so quickly? I mean, what was so important about you succeeding?
I've been thinking about that and I couldn't figure it out. I've kind of developed a kind of why, but it's not the truth. My husband basically wanted me, when he worked out of town. So he would be gone for 6 weeks at a time, 8 weeks, 3 months at a time, and never at home. And he was like, babe, I would like for you to find something where you can bring in half of the bill. So it was about $30,000. And I was like, okay. And then I had a month in August where I closed like 8 or 10 deals. And I was like, dude, this is nice.
Wow.
I brought my first Louis Vuitton at that time.
Nice.
And I was like, I think I'm going to do this a lot more. Like, this is really nice. Like, and then I started understanding, okay, wait, so if I close $500,000, that's $12,500. But if I cap, because remember, I moved to a company where I cap. If I cap, I get to keep it all for a year. What? And so I just started moving toward my cap. And in December of 2015 is when I found Lab Coat Agents, and I was kicking myself because I thought, I was like, I could have done so much more had I known about it a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
So first year.
You discovered us in September of 2015?
December.
Mm-hmm. All right. So we were only a year old at that time.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, I wish I would have discovered you sooner, trust me.
Nice.
So back in that December, I remember thinking I'd cap for the first time December 29th. And then I remember going, wait a minute, I don't have to pay anybody anything until June 1st? Let me go as fast as I can. And that's what I did last year. I just went hard. I just remember saying, okay, you can't have less than 10 in escrow. If you have less than 10 in escrow, you're screwing yourself because you're not going to have paychecks in 2 months.
You know what your why is, Brittany? Your why is that, just from talking to you, you want to just be better. You want to be better at what you do, and you're not competing with everybody. You're just competing with yourself. Yeah, that's what I see.
That's man. That's what most people get wrong.
Yeah.
Nobody. I got it wrong this year. At the beginning of this year, it was wrong. I tried to compete with other people and not try to fix things that I should have seen before. So now I'm almost back to basics. In the last 2 weeks, I've restructured some things, and I'm like, okay, this is you again. You're not at baseline minimum. Step it up, and that's fine.
How did you shift from comparing yourself to where other agents are or who other agents are to just shifting that back to you? Because I think, especially in lab coats and in real estate, you look at what other agents' production is, you look at where other agents are, and it's really tough not to compare yourself.
It was more of a kind of a reflective thing. Like, I can't change the fact that, I don't know, number one agent in the board produces what she does. There's nothing I can do about that. There's nothing I can outsell. There's nothing I can do. But I can change the fact that I'm number 27 in the board. I can work harder personally. And so it was more of a, bills are big too. So it was a kind of a reflection, like, wait a minute, who are you competing with? You're not even making any sense anymore. You're not the person you were last year. You're not just going after it and just going to see how far you can go by yourself. Why are you worried about anybody else? And so I just kind of stopped worrying.
All right. So the first year in the business, what was your production like that first year? Because you're in Louisiana, where your price range is what, like 100?
My average price point first year was 157.
157.
And I sold 19 deals. Well, first 9 months, 19 deals and 3.1 million. I had about $1 million fall through. So I also learned about lenders. I didn't know that all lenders weren't created equal. I learned that very quickly. Last year, my price point went up to, it was around 197 or 200,
Nice.
and I sold 52 units and 10 million. And with the team, I sold 11 million and 57 units or something like that.
Nice.
Hey, I have a question because there's some people asking because I think they're a little confused about whether you're a single agent or a team. So now you're a team, right? So let's talk about how that transitioned, right? So you went from single agent to team rather quickly. I just remember it just kind of happened for you. So talk about
when you post in Pelixon, you will start a team. So, Club Love, you will build a team. Trust me. The end. That's the way it goes. I fought them and I couldn't fight anymore. So I had kind of 2 or 3 versions of a team. My first version I hired didn't work out well. We all flooded, or 2 out of the 3 agents flooded. So the team kind of dissolved. So I started that team in July. We dissolved in September. In November, I was on the phone with an agent. I had a listing.
Hold on a second. So the first team dissolved after 2 months? Can you just talk about the mistakes that were made? Because I think that's really important for that.
Okay. So, you know how sometimes you're talking to people and everybody's super excited. Everybody wants to make a whole lot of money and everybody wants to do these things, right? I didn't understand what to look for. And honestly, I didn't even learn what to look for until about 2 or 3 weeks ago, because I've had several team members. It's been a revolving door. And that's okay. Like for me, that was like a huge feel like, what is wrong with you, Brittany? You know, you suck. Like, this is horrible at all. And it kind of was a revolving door until I decided, you know what? I have standards. These are my standards. These are the standards I set for myself. If somebody doesn't like it, it's okay. I can produce as an individual agent. I'm okay with that now. And so that's kind of what I had to do. But yes, first team dissolved. We left our former company under not so great terms. So when we left and went on, and definitely no hard feelings. I learned a lot from my former CEO. So no hard feelings about that at all. But when we left, we literally left, I think, August 9th. 2 days later, I would have capped. And that, like 3 days later, I flooded. So it was a whole lot of turmoil for me personally, and where I wasn't a very good team lead, in my opinion.
Well, flooded? Do you mean Louisiana flooded? Is that what you're talking about? Okay. Mm-hmm. That was a big flood, right?
Yeah, it was I think the number for the county, we call it parishes that I live in, is about 137,000, like 90% of where I lived at flooded. Whoa. Including team members. I mean, it was was what it was.
Wow. All right. Yeah. So a year later, you decide to start a team, right? Yeah. A year later, a full year later, and then you fail 2 months after. What happens next?
Then I decided I was just going to do an individual agent, and I was just going to crush it by myself. I was like, screw this. I don't need a team. So I was on the phone with a buyer's agent who was representing a buyer for my listing. And my phone kept going zzz, 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 zzz. And I kept apologizing. I'm so sorry, my phone's ringing. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, my phone keeps ringing. And she says to me, I wish my phone rang like that. And I said, really? And she said, yeah. So she came on as buyer's agent. She's closed 14 so far this year. So her phone rings like that.
Her phone is ringing.
Wow.
Yeah, her phone rings like that too.
But is it ringing inside her Louis Vuitton purse? That's what I want to know.
Yes, it is. She has a Louis Vuitton too. It is.
Somebody was asking, Brenda Douglas asked, since you've experienced both single and team, what do you prefer? I mean, because you just said that you could do either or, right?
So when I look back at my production for the year, I closed, or as a team, we closed 43.5, 7.4 million. Last year, as an individual, I closed 10 million. There's Mikhail saying, yes, she does have Louis Vuitton. As a solo agent last year, I closed 10 million. So the team is profitable right now. And if you look on a strict ROI basis, which I wasn't before, which I think is part of my fault too, I never looked at it as ROI. I never treated it as a business. I treated it like, okay, let's all go make some money. And that doesn't happen unless you have really good systems, really good follow-up. You're accountable to your agents, and your agents are accountable to you.
I think that if you are going to, first of all, invest in a platform, like Commissions Inc. or even Ylopo or Boomtown,
or conversion,
those leads are going to come in, right? You're going to get like 60, 75, 100 leads a month. And for us, if I didn't have 3 buyer agents, it'd be a mess. You know what I mean? So you reach a certain point where the volume is such where like you need those extra people.
On that, somebody's asking Brittany if she uses an ISA, which is help. So you don't use an ISA?
Never had.
How do you work the leads coming through into the team?
So I still have Zillow as well. For Zillow, I use call action. It comes through and immediately texts them back with this AI. And if it's a call, we try to answer the call in time. But even though there are 5 of us now, we all can't be everywhere at once. So as soon as a lead comes in on Commissions Inc., it calls us with the Switchboard Sarah feature. And when we're called, we answer and we try to convert from there. I also send text messages. Part of the reason why we're very good friends is Nick. I can't remember which one of y'all it was that did something.
Listen, it was probably me.
Yeah.
You know what? I just remembered.
Wait, hold on. Is it a good story?
It's a good story. It was the 5-star mobile app text. Whichever one of y'all it was, we use that a lot. Like it's basically integrated.
What was it?
5-star mobile app.
Oh, that's me. Well, that was actually, I'll give conversion props on that one, the conversion system.
Well, let's just say this whatever you put up, the conversion does, Sync now does for me. So there you go.
So the 5-star mobile app, and they say yes, you send the link and they download it?
Well, I say, hey, especially for bad numbers, I do, and I think this must be both of y'all. So I send a text message to
iMessaging?
Right. I send the iMessage and say, hey, are you interested in my 5-star mobile app? To find out about properties at the same time as I did. And they say, yes. And I say, oh, great. What's your number?
Yes, I would love it. I would love it.
That's easy.
Super.
All right. So questions here. It says, how effective are these AI text autoresponders?
So
how effective are they for you?
The AI is basically like, I don't know if y'all can tell, but my phone is buzzing like crazy right now to my cell phone. The AI is basically a kind of a feeler to buy me some more time. And it'll say something like, hold on a second, I'll read it to you.
Now, wait a minute. Do you use AI or is it behavioral texting that it sends out?
This is call action. So I'm not smart enough to know.
Okay. So call action. So
it works.
Yeah. Call action's got some great features like behavioral texting. It reminds you to follow up with people.
But whatever Jesse does, he goes on the computer and does some special things.
I think it's Jesse doing it for you. Oh, wait. Did I just sell that wrong? Sorry.
I don't know who's doing it. Whatever it's doing, it's working now.
So let's just tell what people what call action is, because I use it too. So call action does a lot of things. My favorite features are the text to sell, and then when someone texts a specific code to a number, you get all their information, and I love that because it tells you who the person is. It tells you I love it because it tells me how I should communicate with that person. Right. If it's a younger person, maybe they want to be texted. If it's an older person, I should probably call them. Statistically speaking, it's not always that way, but and then if somebody calls you or your call action number, you don't pick up, it automatically sends them a text. Hey, I'm with a client right now. Can I call you right back? It's awesome. Right. It does stuff.
And see, I like also the back end version of it. It's where you can go in and see if they own the house, if they rent, you can see median income, all that good stuff. So I know if somebody's coming through looking at, in my price point, $200,000 house, and they make $100,000 a year, pretty sure they're probably pre-approved. It's okay. So
nice. Well, question for you here from the audience. We've got one that says, her name is, his or her name, I'm sorry. It's Randy Fox.
Hi, Randy.
I used to be an ISA, just got my license with my husband, female, and closed 13 deals since November.
Wait.
Wanted to ask about the lead rotation to keep everyone accountable.
So right now we're on a flat round robin. My brand new agents that come in, like I just hired 2 last week, they're not on rotation at all. I dump all of my leads that I hadn't talked to or that are older or that I couldn't get in touch with in a pond. And my new agents have to convert from the pond before they're turned on to lead rotation, because the pond is holding things that are 2 years old, 18, and if you look back 18 months, you have a 30% conversion rate. So I'd rather give them a chance to convert at 30% versus a chance to convert a new lead at 5.
So the pond holds all of your database from years back. What is the pond? Explain.
So the pond is basically like, let's say, sort of from years back, and sort of people that we've called and they can't answer. We've tried to limit the number of conversions that somebody has under their own account or under their name. It's about 50 to 100 leads right now. And anything over that is dumped in the pond. And basically anybody can go into it and call and try to convert and pull out of the pond. My very newest agent, Valerie, she's been on the team for about 2 weeks, I think. She went to the pond, found a lead from April. Lead said she wasn't quite ready. Valerie said, "Oh, it's okay. I love looking at houses." She just left it.
It's like, no, I'm just looking. Well, what are you looking for?
Right. What area are you looking in?
I love to look. Let's go look at houses together.
And that was Valerie. And she literally, 2 weeks on the team, has her first contract inspection was today.
Listen, going into the pond, is that what it's called? The pond?
Yeah. Go fishing.
We just did that the other day in the form of a call night.
Mm-hmm.
Which I don't know if you guys do that, but once a month.
We do it every Thursday night.
Kristen does it every week, but we're doing it once a month right now. But it really reinvigorates everybody, and once a month,
Nick? Come on.
Yeah, listen, listen, come on. This isn't about this isn't about me. All right, listen. I just realized this. I just realized this whole time I'm doing it wrong. So. We pulled people out of the pond. They were like 6-9 months old too, and it's crazy,
I know, and it's, if you look statistically, those people that are oldest, when they registered, they said they're looking in 3 or 6 months or 9 months.
On the record, guys, I call leads every single day. Okay.
So we have, I guess I'll talk about team structure too. We have call night every Thursday night, and it's mandatory. Also, every Monday from 10 until 2, we have another kind of power hour and also a meeting where they also call. So I know for sure 8 or 6 hours during the week they are being called. We also set minimum standards of how many potential contacts that they make. So all of the agents on my team that are full-time attempt to make 100 contacts. I don't care if it's a call, email, text message, but 100 contacts per day, and the part-time agents make 50 per day.
Nice. So on the team, Brittany, my structure is different than everybody else's, just like most. I do a split of 50-50 with the whole team.
So we are talking about splits?
Just so everybody knows.
All right, well, Brittany, I don't know. I mean, okay, Brittany, you don't have to talk about it. I don't want to. All right, Tristan.
No, it's fine. We do a flat, so at the Keller Williams they're on a third cap here. So we do a flat 50-50 across the board. If they bring in a listing from their personal referral, they get a 25% referral fee from me.
All right, perfect. It's easy. Now, in regards to your team structure, is everybody that's brand new, do they go through like a training program, or do you just kind of throw them in? Because I know you're a newer agent, so and as a newer agent, I don't know how much structure you have, right? That's why.
And that was why I think my team fell apart, because I didn't have the proper structure. I listened, my coaches were telling me what I should do, but I'm a high D, so I was just kind of like, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to do it my way. So instead, now I'm going back and listening to what the coaches say. Coach Luigi, I'm sure you're watching. I'm listening to you now. So I have gone back and gone through, and now we have basically, here's what to do when you have a lead in the pond. Here's what to do when you're under contract. So I've set the structure up more for their success, because not everybody's going to be able to do what I did. Not everybody has the skin in the game that I did. So, and that's okay too. But I wanted to make sure that the people who are on my team, 3 of them are former clients. Or 2 of them are now.
Wow.
Right. So I want to make sure they have, the best of the best, because I want them to succeed in this. I don't want anybody to fall apart just because I didn't do what I was supposed to do as a team lead.
So then one question from the audience here, from Austin Kepley, I think that's how you pronounce it. What are your top 3 lead sources that you attribute your success to? Just to elaborate on this question, it may not be lead sources. It may be just who you're associating with.
So for me, it's a little bit different this year. I've only really worked with one lead. Everybody else is referral only. I only do Zillow, Commissions Inc. For me, Call Action isn't really a lead source. It's more of a partner with the 2 that I do. And I use Facebook a lot for my referrals. I have picked up something that I learned from Lisa Archer, which is the 555 rule. And so every morning when I get up and other people say, oh, I don't get on Facebook. Oh, I do. And I send happy birthdays to everybody, happy birthday. I comment. People will probably see me very vocal because I'm always on Facebook. I'm always talking to somebody about something. And I can guarantee that I get 1 or 2 referrals a week from Facebook. And
so you don't pay for Facebook lead ads. You just go on and do Facebook.
No. I guess I do pay for Facebook lead ads, but I don't do it like that, if that makes sense. Like I do what Suni does. I definitely Facebook leads, especially for open houses. I blast them out into all of the different groups and I blast my properties out.
Got it.
But that's not what I'm talking about here. What I'm talking about is strictly free, hey, you're my Facebook friend. Hey, I love you. Hey, congratulations on the baby. For my past clients, I have started trying to implement more of send out cards and sending them pictures of their new baby and stuff like that. And they like that, or brownies or whatever, just to stay on top. I wanted to talk too. I know we only have like 15 minutes no, my watch is fast, sorry. So I implemented a loyalty program that I learned at Family Reunion with Jay Papasan. He taught it. My loyalty program began about 2 months ago. First month, I sent out these little bath salts. They actually are here because my office is a mess. So I hand delivered these little cute little bath salts that say, thanks so much for being my client. Love you. Have a happy Easter. And then last month I did lottery tickets. I hit the lottery with a client as great as you. I hope you win too. Tag me on Facebook if you win.
Nice.
And so I had clients. One of them just won another ticket, and she was so excited because she got another opportunity. Another one won $15, and she was like, "Oh my God, you helped pay for half a date night for me. Thank you so much." Some did win, and they were okay with it. And this month we're doing our client appreciation event. Cross your fingers that it doesn't rain on Friday. It ain't looking good, and it's outside.
Oh, ours is going to be outside too. We're doing a movie under the stars.
I know, I love that. We're doing, because it's Louisiana and 1,000 degrees outside. We're doing an aqua parts, and it's really super fun.
So it's funny that you mentioned those little appreciation things. So we're dropping these off because we did a Mother's Day. Remember that Mother's Day thing?
Yeah, the cup. I love it. I want one.
So I texted like a bunch of our clients, our mom clients, and offered these. So we're going to drop them off today. Wonder Woman water bottles because they're wonderful. They're
I love it.
Clients.
All pun intended.
I threw in a little Buffini there. It's a Popeye. You're such a wonderful client.
That's Brittany, we're getting some questions here, and it seems to be repetitive here.
Okay.
I'm going to answer 3 questions at one time. And that's basically, what did your day look like for the first, let's say, 6 months of your career in real estate? Did you door knock? Did you expire? Did you just follow up with leads?
No, it's hot outside. I don't door knock.
You don't door knock. That's fine. So tell us what that looked like, where you got your business from. I know you touched on it a little bit at the beginning. My
business came from mostly, I think I closed maybe 2 or 3 deals from referrals. I had one for sale by owner that converted for me, and I double-ended that one. But most of it was leads for me. I didn't want to go knock on doors, and I definitely don't knock anyone that knocks on doors, if that makes sense. That's just not for me, because I felt like I'd rather pay people to bring me leads than to knock on doors. And I just saw the last one about seller leads. So
Kristen knocks on the doors.
It ain't hot where he is. So,
That's humid where you're at.
so when at first a lot of my listings, and I still shy away from them. They're not my favorite thing, even though I have closed a decent amount this year. My listings started coming from my buyers, my internet leads. They had to sell a house, so of course they use me, and I actually am pretty good at it. I just haven't quite figured out how to procure them properly yet and have the patience for them. I know people say they don't have patience for buyers, and I'm like, dude, I can turn a buyer in 48 hours. What are you doing?
I love that. All right.
And you said my daily schedule.
Daily schedule.
I didn't really have one when I first began, and I still don't. I more of looked at transaction counts. So if I had 10 in escrow on 5 people that I was working with, I basically worked to put those people under contract, and then I started lead genning again. Not the right way to do it, but that's what I did.
All right, and then you shifted. So I know we've got about 18 minutes left.
Mm-hmm.
I want to talk about your transition from your team. You're pretty successful. You're doing great.
Mm-hmm.
How did you end up getting into Club Wealth and becoming a coach there? I mean, where did you find Club Wealth?
So Lab Coat Agents, there we go. For me, when I called, I was always interested in coaching because I'm a huge emulator of people I find successful, right? I can remember, and I wanted to bring this up too, and throw in Amanda. I remember seeing her last January or February and thinking to myself, wait a minute, she's only been in this 18 months. She did what? My goals are way too low. So I remember thinking, okay, let me do whatever she did to be successful. Okay, she does Zillow, I think, at the time. Okay, I'll do that. How does she do that? And then I remember reading that every single one of these high producing agents, like I'm talking, I've made 53,000 GCI first year. Everybody who made over 6 figures they had a coach. And I was like, well, I need a coach. And so that's kind of how I came about it. Becoming a coach has been different for me because I'm still recuperating from the flood. I don't think, honestly, I'm as strong of a coach as I should be. I can probably motivate people, but my schedule is not such that I should actually be talking to people and helping them. So thankfully, Club Wealth recognized that, and so did my clients, and they moved on. We're still in contact with each other and all that good stuff. But I'm a really good motivator. I can motivate you. If you call me and ask me a question about a lead, I can help that. I don't think I'm a schedule kind of person where I know my is watching.
So you're not coaching people right now.
No, I'm not.
Okay,
my house is still not done 10 months later.
I gotcha. It's funny because like I don't know how coaches do it, man. I do not have that drive to coach one-on-one. I don't know if I want to give people directed, but I don't know if we do it every day in lab coats, but it's sharing, right? Like, I don't want to be responsible for what someone does or doesn't.
See, you know what? While we're talking about this, maybe we should tell Michael, because I know he and Tara are watching. Maybe I could do a group session.
Oh, that'd be a great idea.
Like
once a month, like a group session would be a great idea.
Nick, I just thought about that when you said share. That's like totally cool and totally my speed, but I'm definitely so not a one-on-one person.
All right, Brittany, question. April Harper is asking, do you friend your prospects immediately, or do you wait until they become clients in person? No, okay, good. Tell me the process there, because a lot of people want to know that.
I friend people immediately, especially if I like them. If I don't like them, I don't. But I like most of my people. I friend them immediately, especially because my clients are such raving fans that they talk about me all the time. And then they talk about the little gifts and the things like that I give them, and our customer service and stuff like that. And so it's pretty cool to have somebody who doesn't know you, and you go on one of those Facebook groups and somebody says, hey, I'm looking for a realtor. And then 50 people say Brittany Howard. And it's like, that's me. How can I help you? Wow. Okay. Let me not drop the ball on this. So.
People underestimate the power of Facebook groups. I mean, if you go in there and you just kind of offer advice, and not just offer advice, I mean, be a participant in your local group.
Right.
Like post interesting things,
right?
And people will notice. They'll click through to your profile if you're engaging enough, and they will start to recommend you, and they've never even met you. I have people in Facebook groups in my town recommending me to people. They don't even know me. They just know of me, right? But they like what they see, which, I'll take it.
Cool. So Ron Reed just asked a question about what percentage goes from referral versus internet leads. So last year I was about 65% internet leads, 35%. No. Yeah, 65% internet leads, 35% buyer leads, or 35% bought leads. This year, it's very rare that I'll pick up an internet lead. This year, I've closed all the transactions that I have from referral loans. And that's about 22 or 23 and a half, maybe solo.
Nice.
That's pretty.
So that's pretty awesome. So anonymous question, do you have a professional Facebook page and a separate personal one?
I do, but I don't really use my professional page. For me is only for boosting open houses, boosting listings, doing videos like Ripple. I do that there. Honestly, I've merged the two where for me, real estate is my life. I have fun with it. So I do both on there. Nice.
So another question. What is your Commissions Inc. spend? For those of you who joined late, Commissions Inc. is a CDMP, a complete digital marketing platform. And Brittany's been using it for a long time here. What is your monthly ad spend on Commissions Inc.?
So Brittany's probably the cheapest person. Don't let the purses fool you. I only spend $500 a month on my ad spend.
That's pretty good, but it depends on the area too, right? Like in some areas, 500 will give you a lot.
Listen, it's not about how much you spend, right? Like if you're seriously, like I don't really spend that much. I mean, I have Ylopa, which does it for me, right? It comes with it. But personally, I don't really use a lot of money on Facebook myself anymore, just because I have lead sources that are doing it for me. But yeah, I'll do open houses. I'll do new listings, but you don't have to spend that much.
I spend whenever I have an open house, I spend usually about $25 per month per open house. So even if it's me or my team or whomever, it's about $25 a month or $25 per open house. They're required to do 6 a month, but my listing inventory is so low right now that it's hilarious. So working on that too right now. I mean, trust me, when there are holes, I don't want anybody to misunderstand or confuse the fact that it all sounds great, right? It all sounds like rainbows and unicorns. So shit is real too. There's some things I should be doing that I'm not.
Somebody has a question. So what do you do specifically to follow up and nurture online leads? What's your process?
So are we talking about currently, because I don't really work them, or are we talking about before?
Let's say a lead comes in. What's your system for when a lead comes in?
So our system for when a lead comes in, and I'll talk about the team now. Basically, you call back within 120 seconds. I've noticed switchboard Sarah is about literally 2 minutes. I think it's a little long, honestly. So we're working on.
What's your website name, Brittany?
homesinbatonrougearea.com. Batonrougearea.com.
I'm not even going to try spelling that because I don't know how to spell Baton Rouge. So you all spell it.
And $16.87 for Zillow is what I spend per month. And so back to the lead. A lead comes in, we immediately call the lead back. Lead doesn't answer. So if the lead doesn't answer, I'm texting the lead, hey, what can I help you? Looking forward, super excited to see you. If they don't call back then, in a perfect world, I'd also be texting them at about rush hour traffic time. And if they don't answer then I'm going to start sending them properties. Now, the beauty of Commissions Inc. is, let's say a lead is looking at property 123 Main Street 5 times. Then I'm sending a text, oh my God, I found the perfect property for you. 123 Main Street. Would you like to see it tomorrow at 2 or Wednesday at 4? Even though tomorrow's Wednesday, but whatever. So I'm using the presumptive close when I see that they're on there multiple times.
I like that. So when somebody looks at a property multiple times and you get the notification, you text them as if you found it for them. And they're like, oh my gosh, it's like a match made in heaven.
I know. And then they go, oh my God, I love that house. Really? Oh my goodness. I just looked up your search.
Oh, bless your heart. Oh, that's not a good thing when someone says that, right?
No, not in the South. That's why I was like,
Okay, great. So do you follow up continuously? What do you do the next day? Is it like text, email, phone call, text, email, phone call? What is it?
So if I talk to a lead, it's completely different because usually if I
Right.
talk to them, I
Talk
can
to
convert.
them, right? But
If not, it's supposed to be the 333 blah 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 blah. We don't really do that, and that's part of my issue with converting leads. But you have to understand that the three of us that are in lead rotation right now, every time we talk to somebody, we convert somebody. So we don't have almost the time, and we're working on time blocking in our schedules and stuff like this. Hey, Kit. No. Oh, poor Kit. I'll fill you in.
So your Commissions Inc. is your main website? That's what some
Yes.
people are asking.
Yes, I don't use anything but Commissions Inc. as a website, and I also funnel all of my Zillow leads into Commissions Inc. From Facebook. Those are funneled into Commissions Inc. as well. Everything is in Commissions Inc. It's my only CRM, and it ain't broken. I ain't trying to fix it. So.
All right. So look, we're talking a lot about Commissions Inc. It wasn't intended, but you are using it, and that's your main one. If anyone has questions about Commissions Inc., message Nick or myself. We do have a discount.
Well, I don't use Commissions Inc., so message Tristan or Brittany.
Oh, yeah. Message me. We've got a discount for lab coat agents. So
yeah, and I'm sorry, y'all can message me too. I can definitely. I definitely didn't intend that.
Yeah, no problem. Here's a good question because Zillow is such a great topic right now. You either hate them or love them. You're not.
Well, I got $1 million client off of Zillow, so I'm loving it.
So how do you feel about spending with Zillow and how they're going around realtors?
I got a $1.1 million client off of Zillow.
So you like Zillow?
Love it. I've always had conversion. I mean, I've had no issues. I understand, like with reading and things like that, I understand where people are coming from. I really do. But people also have to realize the 80-20 rule, no matter what happens or however it happens, it will always apply. Cream always rises to the top, so be the cream.
All right. That's a really good point. All right, we've got 7 minutes. Let's wrap up with some good questions here. Let's see what we've got out in the audience. In the meantime, I have one question for you.
Sure.
This business isn't easy.
No.
Especially as a new agent. There were some stats from NAR showing that 80% of real estate agents are no longer real estate agents after 5 years, which is pretty huge.
I think it's less than that, right?
I thought it was 2.
2 years? All right. Well, 80% are gone. That's huge.
Yeah, that's sad.
Been the reason you've succeeded in the last, 27 months coming up?
Well, because I met Tristan and Nick last year. I can remember, Nick, meeting you, and I was going to speak for Zillow in Austin. And I can remember messaging you saying, help, I don't know what to say. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. What am I supposed to do? And I remember y'all saying, be yourself. And I was like, okay, I'll try. And so I think a part of it is lab coat agents and the strength that it is, not just about you two, but Ann, Gail, Regina, Mo, gosh, David, John, everybody there is there to help people. And so if you get in there and you ask a question, you have 1 million different people, or 60,000, 62, I think now, 62,000 different people able to answer your questions and to help you. No lender for me. No. RESPA scared me, so I don't use lenders for anything anymore. Sucks for me.
It's a very scary thing, yeah.
Yeah. But I remember thinking to myself that if these guys are doing it, these guys are human. Nick wears t-shirts and sneakers. You know, Tristan wears blazers and t-shirts. There are people there that wear flip-flops and tank tops. I mean, I wear tank tops and baseball caps usually. So it's like, if these people can do it, they are no different than me. There is no difference from a 7-figure earner to a 6-figure earner than when I started making 50,000. There is no difference. The only difference is the systems and what they're doing. So I just started, like, literally, I remember, like, I felt so bad for y'all last year because I tagged on to y'all. I was like, middle of the night, help me, please. I know you don't know me and it's okay, but I need your help with this. And there are plenty of people like that there. And I wanted to be, I remember Amanda motivating me so much that's the reason I finally agreed to do the webinar, even though I'm still kind of fat, but I lost 35 pounds. But I wanted to be that kind of motivator for people. I wanted them to understand that you don't have to look a certain way. You don't have to dress a certain way. I curse like a sailor. You don't have to do things that everybody in your market that you see are doing. You just have to be the best you that you can be. And once you're that, you will exceed. I mean, Jesus Christ, I had no idea I made 10 million last year. I mean, do 10 million. I was like, how the heck? Really? I did that? And then to find out that like only 2% of agents nationwide do that, you're like, what? That's it? But the agents in California are doing like 5 times this. This ain't enough for me. So.
Well, that goes back to your why, and it's a perfect ending because you just said we shouldn't really compete against anybody else except us, right? We should really strive to be the best us that we can be, and that should be your why. That should be where you're wanting to get to.
At first, my why, and it was very superficial. It was, I want to be the best. And no, not anymore. I mean, I have a cup. I'll show you.
It's a cute cup.
There you go. So as long as I remember that I just need to be better than I was the day before. And as long as I'm better than
What does yours say? I can't read it.
It says, today is your day. Thank you, coffee cup. I was going to say, what were you going to say? Sorry, I interrupted you.
I don't know. I lost it. It's gone.
Listen, I think it's extremely important because I suffer from this too. Like, you know, now running my own team, you know, for the last 6 or 7 months, you know, like I'm super competitive with myself, and it drives my wife crazy because it's never good enough for me. Like I'm never. What? Listen. I'm confessing to 60,000 people right now.
I don't have a transaction.
No. What?
Oh, somebody asked a question.
Oh, sorry. No, I was going to say that, like, it's very hard to not pay attention to what other people are doing, but you have to focus on yourself or else it will drive you insane, right? It'll drive it's interesting because there's so many agents out there that, you know, they're doing these huge volume, right? But, like, how much money are they spending?
Correct.
How much are they actually taking home, right?
Correct.
So just focus on yourself, focus on, you know, your team, and just like don't let the noise, you know, get in your way.
And I think like this past quarter, noise bothered me a lot. It was constant. Everything I did, you know, somebody was doing this, or somebody said this about me, or somebody did this, or somebody did that. And I'm here to say, and excuse my language, fuck it. They're always going to talk. Like, it doesn't matter. They could talk. They're probably talking right now. So, hi, haters. It's nice to see you. But
it's like Kevin Durant, right? How many people hated on that guy for switching?
Oh my God. I didn't even watch it though. LeBron James, you know, King James, I'm sorry. But I wanted people, the only person you have to compete against is yourself. And the only thing that you really, really have to do is be better than you were the day before. Because if you compound that, like compound interest, if you're better than you were the day before, then in a year, what will you be? Freaking amazing. I sound like you, Randy. Nice.
I love it. All right. Any other questions, Nick? Brittany?
No.
All right. Wrap it up, Brittany. Anything else you want to add?
Brittany, end it with some, like, you know, deep, thoughtful comment.
Yeah, what's some deep
we're all waiting.
For new agents. Last comment for new agents.
So
no pressure.
My last comment for a new agent is ask questions. If somebody's mean to you because you ask a question, then they're not the right person you're asking, and they are definitely not what you think they are. Always ask questions. People who are the most successful will always give it back. And they give it back tenfold, and you'll get it back tenfold. Have fun with it too. Don't stress out. Have fun.
My biggest word of wisdom is if you ever need answers, just look at your coffee cup and see what it says.
That too. Or asking lab coat agents. I mean, I'm always around. I get messages all the time. And because these guys answered for me, I'm happy to help you.
Thanks, Brittany. Thanks for
Brittany
giving it forward.
Message me at 11:30 at night. So it's all good.
Shit.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much. Again, it's Brittany Howard. If you need to refer anybody to her, she is in, where are you at? Baton Rouge?
I'm in Baton Rouge, yeah.
Baton Rouge, Louisiana.
Waiting for your Baton Rouge referrals.
I know. I'm super excited to get them. I promise I'll try to work them well.
And we've got Nick Baldwin over in Montclair, New Jersey, and I'm in Los Angeles, California. Thanks, everyone.
Bye, y'all. Thank you.